Taurus, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. Today, dear Taurus, I'm going to be doing your reading from March 8th to the 15th. This will be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. In this reading, dear Taurus, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify your main challenge and get some final advice for you. And I want to thank to each and every one of you, dear Tauruses, for being here. Greatly appreciate you. Love you so much. Excuse me, I think I need some water after. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you, dear Taurus. Brand new deck, by the way, that I'm using. So it's actually quite a illustrative deck. You'll see some of it, so. So, dear Taurus, your challenge is the Six of Pentacles from March 8th to the 15th. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles. So, dear Taurus, your challenge here has a lot to do with the situation where you feel like there is a lack of give and take exchange energy, there is a lack of communication, there is a lack of respect. Okay, so Six of Pentacles, typically what it tells us is that it does indicate an equal give and take exchange energy, right? It talks about reciprocation. And now this is a challenge because it looks like somebody here is not giving back and reciprocating back to you what you really need. And we're going to talk about this shortly. We're going to clarify this. In the recent past, dear Taurus, you have the Emperor, you have the Knight of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Wands. So in the recent past, for many of you, when you entered into this relationship, when you entered into this connection here, a lot of you felt like that, you were probably rushing into this way too fast. You could have dealt with an Aries, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Okay, could have been a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So I feel like that in the past, there was this very hasty energy. Somebody here could have put pressure on you, okay, and kind of was very like maybe even harsh with their words, okay, with the Knight of Swords. And as a Taurus, you don't rush into things. You take your time, you study a person, you examine a situation, and then you decide how you want to move forward into a connection at what pace. We're going to clarify this and we're going to find out more. Now, in the present moment, dear Taurus, you have the Star. Some of you are dealing with an Aquarius who is grounded from my readings and from my channel for the month of March. I'll talk about that later. Yes, I gave Aquarius a yellow card, and I will talk about that later. Eight of Swords, for them being a complainer. Eight of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Star. So it looks like there is a conflict here, okay? So there is a major conflict that's still existing here. For a lot of you, you are trying to see the end of this connection, right? What is it that you need to do? What is it that you need to do and know about this person? There is something here that's making you feel trapped. You don't know if this person and you really are meant to be together, if there is any kind of hope and any kind of solution. Five of Wands here, there is a conflict. Maybe you had some sort of a conflict or an argument just recently with this person. We're going to clarify this and we're going to find out about this shortly. Now, in the near future, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. You know, there is going to be some kind of a reunion here happening between you and this person in the near future. There's going to be a brand new opportunity. But first of all, with the Ten of Swords, there is a strong sense of betrayal and pain. I feel like this person hurt you. They did hurt you at a very deep level. And, there might have been certain things that were said to each other, words that really hurt each other at a very deep level. And there needs to be some sort of a release and a forgiveness. Because unless we forgive and we make room and we try to work on ourselves, the reunion, it may happen, but it will not last longer. Because I think here you and this person need to really, really forgive each other. There is an opportunity here. Okay, so there is a possibility here that you and this person could really work things out here. Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Justice. Yeah, gotta make things right here with this person because, there is this closed off energy. Anytime you and this person have a conflict together, it looks like they pull back and they don't really communicate, so they hold it back. You could be dealing with an earth sign also, maybe another Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, okay, any other signs, but we're gonna find out more. Let's get into your reading and let's clarify everything for you. I'm gonna clarify the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, which is your challenge, is clarified by the Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Emperor here, and then the Ten of Wands. So a lot of you could be dealing with an Aries here, doesn't have to, but I do feel like here that there is a situation here that you feel like maybe there is third party, maybe there is this this person trying to keep their options open. There is a lot of confusion, okay, in the present moment that's happening. With the Knight of Swords here, I do feel like here there was a fight, okay? Knight of Swords here, when I look at these cards, okay, Knight of Swords typically tells me that there is a strong cut of energy or someone is upset with you. Someone is really upset internally. Someone is really angry. Someone here is really mad. You could be also trying to keep your options open. Maybe you are also, trying to decide between two people here. This has a lot to do with really trying to understand how you and this person are going to be able to come together and have an equal give and take exchange energy, because somebody here feels like that maybe they have given so much, they've tried so much, and there hasn't been any response back from. It could be you, it could be this person, right? Sometimes the roles also can be reversed as well. Now, I do feel like here that this person is very upset, okay? There is something here about also you and this person are realizing that if you could have met this person and maybe the circumstances were in a way that it didn't really help you and them, it wasn't the right moment basically, okay, for you and them to be together. Now, in the recent past, let's talk about the Emperor here. You dealt with someone who represents a very strong masculine energy. Could be a feminine as well. We all have that within us. So the Emperor is clarified by the Temperance, the Death card, and the Two of Swords. In the recent past, I feel like that something here came to an end. There was a lot of on and off energy between you and this person. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, the Death card, Scorpio, Two of Swords. There was a lot of on and off. I feel like there was a lot of love. And Taurus, typically you don't really get involved into like very intense connections. But I feel like that this could have been a very intense connection. Maybe it was a little bit too intense for you, and that's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If you like a certain pace, if you like a certain way, that's totally fine. I just feel like that in the past, for many of you, things were just like very much what you were like, I'm done with this person. They were like, I'm done with you. And then we'll try to come back together. So a lot of on and off, a lot of uncertainty here, right? One moment things would be fine, would be great, felt like everything was healing. And then another moment with the Knight of Swords here, something here would be either said or communicated that really brought this situation to an ending. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There is something about marriage or commitment here. Maybe you and this person were actually married to committed, or maybe they were committed to somebody else. So let's clarify the Knight of Swords for you in the recent past. Yeah. So, as you know, the cards cannot lie, right? There was a very, very unexpected ending. This situation came to an end so unexpectedly. It was very painful. At the bottom of the deck, there is the Five of Cups. So a lot of you felt really disappointed. A lot of you felt really sad that this situation didn't work out. Multiple people here are being involved in this situation, family members, master-in-laws. The relationship turned into a whole relationship, okay? So different cultures, different backgrounds here with the Five of Wands. Major conflict took place in the recent past and this situation came to an end, okay? I also feel like here that with the Tower and the Ten of Swords, Four of Pentacles, you both came to a point where you stopped talking to each other, is what I'm getting, okay? Could have been a Scorpio as well. You both stopped communicating to each other, and I'm getting here the Knight of Swords. I mean, I'm also using a brand new deck, but look at the energies that you can see here with these two Knight of Swords. There is a very cutthroat, kind of like You know what I'm saying? Certain things, certain words being said and communications. I'm getting this energy of words being said that were very hurtful to you and to them, both of you, okay? I don't make you the villain or the other person villain in my readings. In my readings, I try to, bring your attention to the things that we need to look into and how can we improve. Right? So a very painful situation here that came to an end. I think a lot of you, it took a long time for you to really heal and to recover from this ending. Now we're going to talk about the Eight of Wands for you in the recent past. The Eight of Wands is clarified by the Chariot, the Four of Swords. Oops, there's a Two of Cups, but I want to take that now. 3 cards. The Chariot, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Wands. A lot of you took some time out to rest and recover. I feel like there was also some kind of a geographical separation between you and this person that took place. I feel like that a lot of you had to really disconnect from the outside noise. Especially Taurus, you are someone that you truly invest yourself very much and you love very, very dearly, okay? You put your heart. It's a struggle for you, Taurus, to disinvest your energy from a connection that you invested into so much or you were anticipating so much. And I feel like that you and this person stopped talking to each other. Something about here with the Chariot and the Four of Swords, you went within yourself. You started maybe either meditating, maybe either just really trying to seek some answers from certain spiritual resources here. You started also just really, you were still waiting for this person. I think this person also was waiting on you as well. There is a little bit of an anticipation, and it looks like maybe, the communication completely disappeared from you and this person. Now, in the present moment, you have the Eight of Swords, the Star, and the Five of Wands. So the Eight of Swords here, there is a lot that's going on in your mind. There is a lot that's happening. A lot of you kind of are feeling trapped. See how this person is sitting in front of a shattered glass. It's like this situation is kind of really challenging, and it feels things have been very stagnant and very difficult, but there is hope with the Star. Yeah, the Empress, Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. And I think that you are standing in front of a choice, Taurus. You are the Empress. You are standing in front of a choice because your choice here has a lot to do with you really deciding if you want to completely let go of this person and you want to absolutely disconnect and walk away from or not. Okay, that's what the Eight of Cups here talks about. And the Nine of Cups is an indication of you needing to bring your attention towards your own happiness and doing the things that actually make you happy. A lot of you may feel guilty for putting yourself first, for focusing on your own happiness and your self-care. In my readings, I do always emphasize the fact that people need to really take their self-healing journey very seriously and they need to work on themselves. So for many of you, there is a need here to kind of disconnect and to kind of walk away with the Eight of Cups. So there is a lot that's going on. There is Mercury retrograde happening right now in the season of Pisces. We're having the full blooded moon in the eclipse in the sign of Virgo, excuse me. So there is a lot of reorganization going on. There is a lot of these let's get real, right? Virgo is a realistic sign. Pisces is a dreamy, fantasizing sign. So it's about let's get real and let's really be more realistic here and organized and reorder things, okay? So the Star here is talking about some kind of a wish being fulfilled, some kind of a hope. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, who is the most complaining and the most ungrateful sign, okay, on the channel that I've seen so far. That's why they're grounded. And the Star is clarified by the Star. It's a double confirmation. Can make this up. I don't want nobody coming and saying, why are you doing what you're doing? I said what I said and I meant what I meant, okay? The Star is clarified by the Star. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, clarified by the King of Swords and the Three of Cups and the Ace of Swords. There is hope and a wish and a desire for a reunion and a reconciliation. A lot of you want to reconcile. A lot of you want to reunite with this person here. Ace of Swords here. There is a strong desire here for a fresh beginning, for a fresh start. Could be dealing also with the Strength card. Could be dealing with the Leo as well. So Taurus, this has a lot to do with you realizing that, first you need to really heal something within yourself. And so does this person. There is a very strong mirroring energy back to back to you and this person, okay, mirroring. And this is not a twin flame reading, but that's a very strong energy that's coming through. There has been a lot of push and pull back and forth and on and off energy, and that is an indication here that something here needs to be addressed within. You and this person could come back together 10 times stronger and better if you both really are being serious about taking time out and healing. Now, Five of Wands, there is possibly some sort of an unfinished business and conflict that's happening. You could be feeling in the middle of a conflict. You could be feeling like you're in the middle of a storm as well. So the Five of Wands, dear Taurus, is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the Seven of Pentacles. So for many of you, you could be really seeing this person in your dreams. You're still hoping that there is going to be a continuation of this relationship. Why am I saying that? Because the Seven of Pentacles is an indication of the story that needs to be continued. The story that needs to really be resumed is what I'm getting. Because this is not over yet, okay? And this Knight of Cups here coming into towards the Moon, you could be maybe seeing this person in your dreams, or you are gonna see this person in your dreams. There is a very strong spiritual connection between you and this person here, but also at the same time, there is a lot of internal conflicts. There is also a lot of external conflicts, meaning that you are kind of a little bit feeling conflicted within you, because the very fact, Taurus, that the challenge is the Six of Pentacles, which I talked about earlier, that this person and you, that you feel like there is a lack of reciprocation, there is a lack of communication, and this just hasn't been really consistent. It's really bothering you. But also at the same time, you're hoping and wanting that things can change. It's like almost I'm getting you, there is something about you. Some of you are dealing with somebody that doesn't have good people around them, okay? There are very toxic and unhealthy people around the person that you are dealing with. Now, in the near future, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is talking about a brand new beginning here, and then there is the Two of Cups, okay? So it looks like this relationship has the potential to work out, and then you have the Ten of Swords. So Taurus, there is something about this Ten of Swords here that I talked about in the past, right? It's like, I really feel like here, both of you, how do you say this in English? Hold on. How do you say this? A bone to pick or something? Like there is a conflict here, right? Let's just settle down. Let's just kind of navigate through this crazy Mercury retrograde period, like gracefully. Be graceful towards your beautiful self. And there will be a time when you and this person could release this Ten of Swords, okay? Because there is a sense of like, oh, it's gone, it's done, this is so bad, I don't know what we're gonna do, but both of you really want to work things out. So let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles here. And, you could be dealing with a Gemini, because I'm seeing here butterflies. This is a brand new deck that I was actually gifted by somebody. So the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Judgment, okay? Now, it looks like there is going to be an opportunity here for many of you to really embark onto this journey. However, I do see here, okay, Judgment, Scorpio energy. You really are gonna take your time, okay? You and this person, before you guys move in together, before you guys try to reinvent this relationship back again and try to really work it out. Because I have a good feeling that this is something that could go somewhere. It's like one of those connections where both of you like very, very stubborn. Please don't shoot the messenger. Don't hit me, Taurus. But both of you were very stubborn. Both of you were very upset at each other, and it's justifiable. But I think that there is a possibility to really build a very strong household together with the Four of Wands. This is about marriage. This is about commitment. And there is the Two of Cups, okay? So there is a very strong soul connection here. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, there is the Two of Cups again. And, it's not a gender specific. Could be literally same sex, could be different. My channel is for everybody. My channel is literally for everybody except ungrateful people. So the Two of Cups is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there is a potential here for you and this person to really work things out, to come together, to move towards this family dynamic here. I do see here that Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior, Wounded Soldier, Seven of Wands, it is a struggle. And these are the things that we need to look into, right? Is there an opportunity and is there a reality and a possibility, Taurus, that you and this person can actually come together and work things out? Sure. And is it going to be easy? No. Because Taurus, we need to remember that this is a reminder for everybody. Everyone comes from different backgrounds, cultures, assets and everything. And people come with certain set of beliefs, right? When we get into a relationship, it's not going to be like rose petals falling from the sky and just like easy. There is the biggest room in the world. The biggest room in the world, Taurus, is the room for improvement, for doing better and becoming better. Even though there is maybe an argument going on and a separation, right? What this is teaching you and this person is how can we work this situation out together patiently and gracefully, right? To come together. Because what I'm seeing here in the card and energetically, there is a desire here for a brand new beginning, but also with the Nine of Wands, both of you are hurt and both of you are upset that this situation has worked out the way that it has worked out. So 10 of Swords, this is about a release and it's about a forgiveness here. So I'm going to clarify the 10 of Swords for you, dear Taurus. The 10 of Swords is clarified by the 4 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Lovers, and the Hangman at the bottom of the deck, and the Devil. You could be dealing with the Pisces, Capricorn, could be a Gemini, could be any other sign, of course. But you know, here is the thing: 10 of Pentacles, and then the Lovers. What can I say? What can I say if this is what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus? Do you know what I mean? So for many of you with the 10 of Swords, it's like, let's talk about the rejection. Somebody here feels rejected. Somebody here needs to work with their solar plexus and work with feeling worthy. And I mean this with my entire being, and I really am sending so much love. Whether this is you, whether this is your person, there is a strong sense of rejection and a fear of rejection. You know, this is maybe something that it is teaching you and showing you. And you know, in my readings, I touch upon things that I really genuinely feel like, you know, needs to be talked about and learned, because this is for you. This is for you and for the other person, for everybody to learn. So there is going to be a forgiveness here that I see here happening, and also accepting each other the way that you are, and wanting to maybe see, you know, having some sort of a important conversation, having an important conversation on how to implement, what to implement moving forward in this dynamic. There is something about money, finances, financial assets, living together, you know, the Lovers, and the Lovers has the mountain between them. So that is an indication that maybe there is an obstacle that also needs to be talked about and discussed. So this could be financial obstacles, this could be long distance situations, right? I don't see you and this person wanting to ignore each other for the rest of the life. For the rest of your life. I do see here you and this person actually coming to the point where you both are going to see this situation from a completely different perspective with the Hangman, and move forward towards a new direction with new set of beliefs and, you know, ways of dealing with things. So let me get your advice, dear Mama and Daddy Taurus. Okay, so there is the 4 of Pentacles here again, and your biggest piece of advice is really beautiful deck, but you know, I need to be really mindful. Okay, so there is the 5 of Pentacles here. So for many of you, I feel like that there is the biggest piece of advice, the Moon, the High Priestess, and the 5 of Pentacles. You know, it's a spiritual connection, and honestly, within this connection, okay, within this connection, there is something here about things being revealed, hidden things coming out to the surface from the past. There is something about hidden things from the past coming to the surface. And this is gonna help you and this person to heal this relationship, to heal the abandonment wounds. 5 of Pentacles. If you look up the 5 of Pentacles after this, please just look up that card and that meaning. I just can't really show this. I have to use the marker to cover some things up. I need to be mindful. It's not really that bad. It's just something I need to be mindful of. 5 of Pentacles talks about like abandonment wounds and abandonment issues here. You know, the focus is on my face right now. So there is something about your face, Taurus. You need to accept and love yourself the way that you are. There is something about your eyes. There is something about your physical body. You accept yourself for who you are, and don't let anybody to bring your self-esteem down, okay? You are worthy, you are loved. You are an earth sign, remember. You are always beautiful, inside and out, especially Taurus man. Damn. And Taurus woman too. But this is about you really accepting yourself. Once you work within yourself and recognize your worth and your value, and you show up properly, I can guarantee, okay, with the Six of Pentacles, that if there was a lack of appreciation, if this person maybe saw you, maybe like having not having enough confidence within you, and the confidence doesn't have to be cocky in any way, but it means that you let other people know, or the other person know, where you are standing and where your boundaries are, and that you're not going to tolerate any third parties, and that you're going to stand on your ground. So this requires clear communication and just working through your solar plexus chakra, and also dissolving and transmitting that any energy was within you that made you feel a certain way. Okay, if you were bullied in school or in previous relationships, this is your glow up year. So make sure to follow up with that, because there is something here that really, that this is an internal healing that's going to facilitate your manifestation. Your nervous system is healing as well. So this is what I had for you, dear Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. And now an important announcement, okay? And I know Taurus, I'm son of a Taurus and son of a Capricorn, and I'm a quadruple Leo. I stand on my business. This is the only time I'm going to mention this, and I'm not going to talk about this in the month of March at all. The sign of Aquarius is grounded for being extremely ungrateful and for being extremely unthankful. Yes, there are a lot of good Aquarians and evolved Aquariuses out there, but me noticing consistently for the past 7-8 months, the sign of Aquarius getting upset with me for accidentally calling them a Gemini in a reading, and I said sorry sometimes, but also I gotta keep doing my readings, and them being demanding and disrespectful in the comment. That's why they're gonna go now behind the paid wall, and they're gonna have to pay. Okay, they're gonna have to pay to watch their readings, because I cannot stand ungrateful and unthankful people. You don't have to like me, you don't have to like anything that I'm doing here, but if there is somebody here that's trying to disregard and disrespect me for the work that I'm doing, these people, they don't need tarot, they need a therapist. That's what they need. And I will be heavy on respect. I will be heavy on self-respect. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, please take a step back and be mindful what you're gonna put into the comments, because I don't let people to just come out here and be ungrateful. Any other sign could have ended up being grounded. Aquarius did it and crossed the line for a long, 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 long time. No sign bashing. We're not sign bashing. It could have been a Leo too, if I saw a Leo being disrespectful. And I'm a Leo. So I don't take no sides, okay? I play very fair. I just cannot stand ungrateful people. They're getting a free reading, especially it's a general reading. It's not a one-on-one reading. You know what I'm saying? My decision is not gonna change. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. This is my channel. I built this from ground zero, and I stand on business. So they will have to pay, so they will stop complaining and whining, okay? Now back to you, Taurus. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Hope this reading helped and resonated. If it did, great. If it did not, that's fine. Love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.